Yeah, they're looking at liberties. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
deal, they want me to pay my bill.
Yeah, me too.
Good on, Rosie.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Joe. How you doing, buddy? Good.
Hi, Joey, how are you?
Sorry, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
it's dangerous. That's why I stayed away from you. I think I gave you one. Get that thing out of here. Oh. Did you walk through that metal detector?
No, I went around it.
Mr. Ward?
Illegal. Illegal.
Mr. Warden,
Yeah.
what happened to feet on my back?
Yeah, it was a big,
Good little letter opener, ain't it?
a big one.
I was gonna make
Yeah.
a copy.
Is that okay?
Oh, you carry two knives with you.
Number one, since
Go.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's Charles Long. Good to see you, young man. Nice to see you. How are you?
Thank you.
How are you? Welcome. Good.
I'm doing great. Thank you.
I'm excited to be here today.
Thanks for that.
Somebody said, number one baseball.
Yeah, we're in good shape there. Got a little ways to go, but
Okay.
Be one of my street or
I hung in the
Yeah.
ladies did great in softball and
the day of early batting.
basketball.
Sign up in the, I don't, by the street.
You can.
The Lady Horns did
They
good
can-
basketball. Did
But I'm busy tomorrow.
Lady Horns.
Out their bike kicks.
I'll be able to.
Yeah.
I put one on each.
Do it.
Oh, sure.
Oh, your birthday.
It was awesome there.
Okay, thanks.
At home after work and I did nothing. That's always,
You look younger.
yeah, my husband was out of town and I was by myself and I got invited out and I was like, nope, I'm staying. Peter, no.
Yeah, they're gonna, looks like later on, we try to get that coming in.
On the 21st.
You get my
Yes,
email or text with sent to Katie? Yes.
I did.
You know, being that alley might. I don't know if it's good or good or not.
I see they trimmed up all those trees.
Brittany, you got a finance committee meeting coming up in.
I was actually gonna send you guys something today and it's in my mind, so I'm gonna send it tomorrow. And then, yes, you will,
Yes.
yes, I will propose a date.
Thank you.
Yeah. I thought I saw Tim John, but I just saw it.
I appreciate that. You couldn't actually do it, huh?
No,
Oh,
I felt bad because I should have asked you when I got my.
oh, no. That would have been too.
All right.
Hollywood's here.
And t-shirts.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
That's what I call it.
On the weekend, only was like.
I saw Tim up here just.
Around with me and then I just.
Well, Justin likes me. Yeah.
That's that. Doing good.
Busy day, man. Turn around right now.
You know you love it.
Instead of it, make
Oh,
a
yeah.
copy here. Number
Get back up
10.
in.
There another 10. What happened to all?
10.
There you go.
Snakes.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Yes.
I was in. Almost.
What's this graphics?
Already had been-
Little,
What?
Couldn't get
5 minutes ago, so maybe.
All right, at this time, I'll call this meeting of the Port Lavaca City Council. And I will ask everyone to, on this Monday, April 14th, 2025, at 6:36 PM. Please rise, and I would ask Councilman Ward to deliver an invocation.
All right, let's pray. Father, we just come before you with thankful hearts. Lord, I just pray that you continue to bless and protect this nation from those that might seek to undermine it. Pray, Lord, for our leaders in Washington, our leaders in each state level and local level, that the decisions that are made will be in accordance with your will and under the guidance and direction of your Holy Spirit. Ask, Lord, that you just bless this time now. Go before us. And we pray also, Lord, for our military, their families. Keep them safe, Father. We pray all these things in Jesus Christ's name and for his sake. And I give you the praise and honor and glory, Father. And I thank you for hearing our prayers. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledges of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas flag, honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the United States, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Sorry.
He waited for you.
Next year, we'll put it in the budget.
Okay, now we have presentations, and today it is a great honor to have the Harbor Alliance here for two proclamations, which I will present. And let me read the first proclamation. It's for Child Abuse Prevention Month. Whereas child abuse prevention is a community problem and finding solutions depends on involvement among people throughout the community. And whereas statistics, children who are abused and neglected escalate each year. And whereas effects of child abuse are felt by whole communities and need to be addressed by the entire community. And whereas effective child abuse prevention programs succeed because of partnerships created among social service agencies, school, religious organizations, law enforcement agencies, and the business community. And whereas youth serving prevention programs offer positive alternatives for young people and encourage youth to strong ties to their community. And whereas all citizens should become more aware of child abuse and its prevention within the community and to become more involved in supporting parents to raise their children in a safe, nurturing environment. Now, therefore, the City Council of Port Lavaca do hereby proclaim the month of April 2025 Child Abuse Prevention Month in all of Calhoun County and the city of Port Lavaca. And I urge all citizens of the city of Port Lavaca to observe this month by joining together as a city to promote the safety and well-being of all children and families and to recognize the child welfare professionals and allies who work tirelessly to protect our children. Witness my hand in the great seal of the city of Port Lavaca. This is the 14th day of April 2025. And also we have through the harbor another proclamation, Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Whereas sexual assault affects every person in Port Lavaca as a victim, survivor, or as a family member, significant other, neighbor, or co-worker of a victim or of a survivor. And whereas many citizens of Port Lavaca, Texas, are working to provide quality services and assistance to sexual assault survivors and dedicated volunteers, help staff 24-hour hotlines responding to emergency calls and offering support, comfort, and advocacy during medical exams, criminal prosecution, criminal proceedings, and throughout the healing process. And whereas Port Lavaca staff and volunteers of sexual assault programs are promoting prevention education by offering training to schools, churches, civic organizations, as well as medical, mental, law enforcement, education, and criminal justice personnel regarding sexual assault issues. And whereas it is vitally important that continued education efforts to provide information about prevention and services for sexual assault be supported and enhanced. And whereas it is critical to intensify public awareness of sexual assault to educate people about the need for citizen involvement in efforts to reduce sexual violence, to increase support for agencies providing sexual assault services, and to increase awareness of the healing power of creative expression. And whereas the Harbor requests public support and assistance as it continues to work towards a society where all women, children, and men can live in peace and free from violence and exploitation. Now, therefore, we, the City Council of Port Lavaca, do hereby proclaim April 25th as Sexual Assault Awareness Month in all of Port Lavaca, Texas, and we urge all citizens of the city to observe this month by joining together as a city to support sexual assault survivors, including when survivors reach out and disclose abuse, and to strengthen our efforts to prevent abuse in the first place. Witness my hand in the great seal of the city of Port Lavaca. This is the 14th day of April, 2025. Maria, at the harbor, up and accepts the proclamations. Maria wants to say a few words too. See enough. This first one is Child Abuse Prevention Month. Second one. Wait, there's more. Here we go.
So I just wanted to say a few words. In Texas, 1 in 6 girls will be sexually abused before the age of 18. And I want you to think about that and the girls and the women that you know. I know this statistic rings true both in my family circle and in my friend circle. 3 in 5 people will not disclose about abuse. This runs true in my friend circle because of their age. You see, when we were young, there were no such things as child advocacy centers, and we didn't even know what child protective services. And when it did happen, you didn't talk about it. It stayed within the family, you stayed away from people, and everything was swept under the rug. I was recently asked what my biggest success was working in this field. And that was a little hard to answer considering I've been in this field 24 years. Is it the first conviction that I received on that first child forensic interview that I did? Is it that child that completed therapy and is now thriving as an adult? Or is it just the fact that I've survived 24 years in this field? But I would have to say that it's the growth in the movement. You know, to see all the changes, all the partnerships, all the collaboration, and all the community involvement, all for the safety and betterment of our children. It is through this community involvement that we are able to affect change. So that is why we came here today, and I thank you for declaring April as Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention.
So I wanted to say a few words addressing April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So it's statistically impossible that no one today in this room has never experienced sexual assault or known someone who has experienced sexual assault. And I'm not just talking about or to the women. It would not be surprising to know you never told someone about this experience, and nor would I blame or criticize you for not going to report it to law enforcement. Today, I hope you hear there is a safe place for you to speak about your experience at the harbor. And no matter how much time has passed, it is not too late to speak because your life and story are valuable and worthy to be heard. We are not meant to carry the burden of trauma by ourselves, and you are not the burden. Trauma is the burden. Author Anne Lamott once wrote, "Lighthouses don't go running all over an island looking for a boat to save. They simply just stand there shining." And so may today's proclamation be a lighthouse to and in this community and those who have experienced any degree of unwanted sexual behavior. May Port Lavaca residents start by believing and be a lighthouse to each other, shining with care and concern in our responses when someone bravely shares their story. Shining with the knowledge that anyone can be sexually assaulted, and most of the time it is done by someone known to the person, not always a stranger. Shining with the knowledge that there is no excuse or reason for violating another person, be it clothing, drug or alcohol use, or power status. It is never the victim's fault. And shining with the knowledge that sexual assault happens even in our small rural community. May we be willing to be a lighthouse, ready to see and direct someone out of the darkness of shame and tumultuous sea of impacts of sexual assault. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to thank y'all for being here, and I just want everybody to know that the Harbor Alliance is one of the best organizations of its kind, probably in the nation. All people in this whole region respect that organization out of our county. And they also assist many other counties in the area, not just Calhoun County. And I've served on the law enforcement division for a while with the Council of Governments. And they were heaping lots of praise upon our harbor and giving them a lot of priority for what little money they can dole out through grants and whatever, because they have so much respect for it. And other agencies look to this one to learn how to operate properly. So thank you for what you do. You make us proud.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, at this time, we have comments from the public. And I know we have one from Larry Nichols who wants to give us a presentation.
Well, I want to talk about 1840. That's when Port Lavaca was established. It was established after the largest Indian raid in Texas history at Linville. The folks came here and established Lavaca, which later became known as Port Lavaca. We want to bring history to the people. The people tend to know some of it. I know I lived in Galveston for several years, and almost everybody in Galveston knows it's established in 1839, and they bragged a lot about it. You could buy T-shirts and everything else. My hometown, Caldwell, Texas, you drive through a big sign, established in 1840. Guess what? Port Lavaca was established in 1840. And I'm gonna give you a sign. It says Port Lavaca, established 1840. It's incorporated in 1911. And this is, I come in as the Calhoun County Historical Commission Chair. And actually, you could get rid of this sign, this part of it if you want to, or you could put 1919, which is the sign that is more, in other words, you had a problem between 1911 and 1918. But anyway, so you could say 1919. And anyway.
First corporation.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. Get 11.
Get one lawyer.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway, Jody Weaver and Miss Cuellar are doing Tombstone Tuesday. And last month we had 60,000 views on Tombstone Tuesday. So people seem in social media, so people seem to be interested, but I'm challenging you, the county vendor, which is local, will create a sign like this for a 4x8 sign like this, metal. This one's just paid for by me, so it's cheap, as you can see. But anyway, everybody knows that, right, Emery? So anyway, for $600, you get a 4x8 sign, and the commission would share the cost with you. And you can put it up where you think it ought to go. We don't think we should tell you where it ought to go, but you got 35, everybody's coming through here. I just think it's incredible that, that Port Lavaca was established in 1840, and it's a secret. We don't want it to be a secret. We want everybody driving through town to know that that's the Republic of Texas. The Republic of Texas. We were established. And so anyway, that's, I'm gonna leave this with you, this sign, and would like for you guys to get back with me and let's figure out how to put up a more permanent version. Possibly, that's what I advocate to you. And when I graduated from Texas A&M University and I majored in history. And when I came here, I was incredibly impressed with the history of Calhoun County. I really, really was. And I've studied it since that time, been chairman of the commission twice, and just enjoy it and think we should bring history to people, not expect them to go to the museum to see it. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
You know about the coloring books that are still in the basement at First National Bank that we used to give to the children of Calhoun County ISD about the history of Fort Lavaca?
I have not seen the colored book, no. I
Yeah,
have not.
we used to just, Junior Service League used to
Okay.
distribute those every year.
Well, I have to ask.
And there's in the basement at First National Bank.
Okay. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
That's where we found the Rotary history.
Was it?
A lot of history in buried in that bank.
I need to.
Yeah, it is
Basement.
on the Calhoun County Historical Society website, Facebook page. Yeah.
Every Tuesday, they tell somebody, and I've learned a lot. I mean, I've learned
Be another one tomorrow.
pretty much. So it's,
Who's
you know,
tomorrow?
there you go.
Tomorrow's Angelina, Peyton Eberly, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Commissioner folks have come to here, I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Find that on Facebook.
Calhoun County Historical Commission on Facebook.
Signed up to school. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak to council?
Felicia.
We can't speak now.
You have such a big lawn. Do I come up here?
I see me in the camera.
Felicia.
I need to be in the camera.
Always carries. Be good.
So I need to do this more often, just so I could hear what's going on in my city and you know, kind of some of the improvements and things that are going on. And I kind of get it from the outside from all of our representatives, and I'd like to thank everyone for doing that for me. First of all, I'd like to announce to you that on first is May 7th I'm also the Rotary president, and we're having a 100-year celebration extravaganza party. We're still working on the name. So we're inviting all of the community to come. We're going to work on getting an ad out in the paper and some different, we're getting what is an event done? See that Facebook thing? I don't know what that is. We're getting an event done. So I want to invite all of you to join us May 7th. It'll be probably 5:30 to 7:30. We'll have food and drinks, and we will have stations showing some 100-year Rotary things. And I'm still working on Bobby Vickery to maybe come play for us in the background. I don't know if Bobby does anything in the background though. Please join us. And I don't have a flyer today. We'll have that in the next little bit, but I'll start putting those up and around. But I would love if you guys could come, because it's not really about Rotary, it's about our community. So we're going to be unveiling, have one reveal, and then we're going to we're going to have a monument that's probably put up on the hotel side in 1 year from that day. And we'll have a ribbon cutting and maybe a more formal dinner also at the Fort Lavaca Beach Hotel. So you guys will see it. And if you have any questions, you could get a hold of me. Just ask anyone in the room. Everyone knows how to get a hold of me, whether you like it or not.
It's at the hotel.
What's that?
It's at the hotel.
It is at Fort Lavaca Beach Hotel. So we're working, I think that's the name it's being called now too. So, yes, and actually they've been doing a lot of work in the hotel, so it'll be kind of neat. I don't know, most people have never seen the inside of the hotel, but they've been doing a lot of work in there, and it won't be completed. And so maybe in 1 year, you'll get to be able to see the completed, but right now they've been knocking down walls and putting down floors. And so it's really kind of neat, the transformation it's had so far. So number two, I would also like to thank the city. We at Rotary a few weeks ago, we had ExxonMobil come out and do a presentation for us. And I'd really like to thank the VEDC worked with me personally, and then they had the event in there to get them out. And so that way you could hear from the horse's mouth what was going on. And they do a lot of work for us. I work at the Port Authority. They do a lot of work for the Port Authority, but really they do a lot more for what the community is. They understand that Port Authority
affects us directly here in Port Lavaca more than anyone. And I know that that's ExxonMobil, so we're talking about another plastics plant, but in talking with them, they're looking at other energy plants and a lot of green energy that's looking at coming in this area. And they're really focused on some really neat, innovative ideas. So I'd like to thank you guys for supporting that and those that were able to come to see that presentation that they did. And last but not least, here it comes. A dog park. So I want to put it out there. You're going to hear it often. That's why you're not going to want me to come to these meetings, because you're going to hear about a dog park. I know that we had some spaces that were set aside before for a dog park. I'm a really proponent. I've been to probably hundreds of dog parks across the US. Gives that credibility to a city that they will, you know, honor everyone loves dogs around here. Everyone except for maybe my neighbor now. But just it does that next level on having helping domesticate those dogs and helping the dogs getting used to each other. I will probably bring in pictures and studies over the next few months of the positive things that it does for a city. But it really kind of civilizes what we do in our community and brings these pet owners together. Besides, you can actually make it so that you need to be vaccinated and be registered in the city. And it may be a way to help people or bring recognition to being registered in the city. So I'd like to do anything to help our guys are awesome that take care of our strays. So if it's something that kind of gets that momentum going, this is one thing I could see helping that. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alicia, could you fill out the speaker forms, the comment forms?
Yeah. Let me sign something.
Yeah, give it to Brandon.
Facebook.
It's.
I'll do it
We
before I
have
go.
these records, so we have to have your name already. Not with the PH. The PhD. Okay, is there anyone else that wishes to speak? Right, hearing none, we'll move on to our consent agenda, which consists of the minutes of the March 10th, 2025 regular meeting, the minutes of the March 27th, 2025 special meeting and workshop, review of our credit card statement, receiving our monthly financial highlight report, receiving capital improvements project progress report, receiving development services permit, receiving our development services code enforcement report, and receiving our Victoria Economic Development Corporation monthly report.
So move. Second.
We have motion and a second approving the consent agenda as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. None opposed. Consent agenda is approved. We'll move to our action items. We'll begin public hearings for previously declared substandard properties, which on August 12th, 2024, they are 505 Bernarden, 515 Oasis, 502 North Benavides. And time is now 6:59 p.m. and we'll begin the public hearing. So, Derek, you want to brief us on each of these?
Sure. Let's see, in your packet, you have some pictures, updated pictures. And also the updates on where we stand with the properties. Beginning with the 505 Bernarden. As you can see, the council did a motion to provide a written renovation plan, and if no such plan is executed, the council authorizes staff to proceed with demolition and place a lien on the property. I did receive, I've been talking to, and Bradley, our code enforcement, has also been talking to Miss Councilwoman Padron. The gentleman that owns the property he does not speak English, so she's been helping out with communicating with us on updating. And he's been promising her to get a list of a plan to provide. And I did receive from Councilwoman Padron, did bring it to me. And I did leave that in front of you. If you have any questions about that, let me know. Basically, no work's been done on the building, the structure itself. He did secure the property immediately after the public hearing. He has kept the property clean. And I do know that, his, son is building, I don't know if you are familiar with that new house that's going up on George Street. That big house that's his son's house, and he's been helping with the building of that. So I know a lot of his funds have been going towards helping his son get that house built. I believe it's my understanding that after that's completed, then he's gonna start, working on this house is what, is the last I heard.
And he works out of town, so he was not able to come tonight.
Okay.
But he just hasn't, they pull their funds to help with the son's house. So, but he doesn't want to tear it down, but he's not sure what he's gonna do. But he's complied every time we've asked something of him.
Have you got him to do drawings and create a plan?
No, that was my fault. I did not mention that to him. And he is Spanish speaking only.
Yeah, that's probably the first thing we need to do, and then we can let him.
But he hasn't decided whether in a year or two to knock it down or leave it up.
But we need a statement saying that and give us a timeline.
It's, I think it's two,
Here, that one.
he submitted.
It's that paper I left in front of you earlier.
Yeah. And his statements have not changed over time. You know, he's not floundering, he just hasn't had the money.
We prefer for him to fix it up rather than us have.
Well, I think he prefers that too, but he has to see his financial situation.
Is it repairable?
That's,
Terrible.
I mean, everything's repairable. I don't.
That's just
It's
the
just about.
the frame is all that's there. Everything else has to be replaced. He's just.
Because even he says, give me a year or two and I might demolish it.
Yes.
But that's.
Looks like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it safe? I mean,
It's secure.
It's
secured,
secured.
and nobody's gonna get in there, kids or nobody hurt.
I don't think.
No, sir. The only way they could is if they crawl under the house and get up in there that way, but
No floor.
that's very,
Like a window.
very unlikely.
And he's boarded up the windows.
Okay.
Looks kind of, somebody did put a lot of effort in around the outside of the building for sure.
Yeah, like I said, he has been keeping the property clean.
First time that a notice was put out and he needed to secure it, he did. He secured it. There was a door that I think was hanging off the hinges.
Let's try, at least we can work with them. What do we want to do?
Let's still the public hearing.
So okay, is there any other questions on that? Okay, we'll move on to 515 North Nueces. Got some pictures and have a update on where we stand on that one. It's basically
That is my property.
That's the.
okay, the property owner is here. Like I said, there's the update in your packet. And let's see, and I looked in the utilities, last time the utilities been turned on was September of 2014. So it's been about 11 years ago, so.
Yes, hi. I have come before y'all to talk about this. Oh, sorry. My name is Sylvia Rolo and I am the owner of the property. I did come before y'all. I did what was asked of me, which was secure the property. The property was secured. I was asked to write up a plan. I gave Bradley the plan that was put in place. I just received this letter not even a week ago to be here in court today about this property. I have spoken to a couple of people about the property and where we're at with it. I gave Bradley the plan back in October. In October, I ran into some personal issues. I had surgery. I have not been able to work for 4 months, going on 5 months.
I'm doing therapy at this point. I managed to pay my taxes on both properties. And so, it's coming down to money. Just like the one on 505, it's coming down to money. I don't have that money at this time to, I am giving us, some estimates at 15,000. That's to possibly be fixable, 1525, and to knock it down to repair it, I'm looking at 8 to 10,000.
If you don't mind, what contractors have you contacted?
Charlie Mendez and then Arturo Hernandez. I have spoken to some family members that has lived at homes for family. He is not from here, from Lavaca. He's coming into town on Friday to look at the property. Let me know what am I looking at as far as, is it fixable? Is it not fixable? You know, at this point, I gave my plan. I asked Bradley said that, my water heater fell out. The water heater's been sitting there for many, many years. It was in its own little shed. It is sealed in the back. It was an outside little shed and it is sealed. I took pictures of it before I came here. Of course, they're on my phone, but, like I said, the property has all been boarded up. Grass has been cut. Trying to do the best I can here.
You submitted did you submit a plan before?
I did submit a plan on time frames.
Yeah, it could be.
Establish that. I knew money was gonna come down to the issue and just, trying to submit it that up and figure it out.
Yeah, and when Bradley's here, one of the things on the plan was about getting the price on the foundation, correct?
Getting estimates to us at the department regarding the estimate for raising the foundations. So she was supposed to bring those to us or email them to us, get them to us, however she needed to review and work with the fact that she did work until 5 p.m. at the time. So it was faithful for her to come into the office. But we were willing to work with either staying later or if they email them to us. And we never did receive those or any work regarding.
What kind of foundation does it have there?
Spear and beam.
Some here and being.
Spear and beam. Some of it's concrete.
Contractor looked at the foundation also.
Yes, he came in and looked at it.
Part of that 15,000 estimate.
Yes, and that's just depending on what he runs into once he's in there. There's a possibility, he said they'll have to go through the inside of the house.
If it's falling, it's probably a lot of termites.
It's
replacing a lot of board.
It's one side, it was an add-on on that home. The side that's leaning right there was an add-on that was added on to the original home.
This property's already been declared substandard.
Right? Yes, the last public hearing for this property was August 12th of last year.
You say it's only partially secured though. What my concern would be the security.
Or is it partially or is it secured?
The front windows are secure. My issue is that so where the water heater was is tearing. That part of the house is actually beginning to tear. Because that is part of the addition. And as that addition sinks, that's what forced the water heater out of the actual property.
Actually, that's not true. So the side that's living is a room. As you can see the pictures here, it's this room right here where the air conditioning's at. That looks like a living area. So right here on this little side right here, you're gonna see there's a little building. That's where the water heater was at. We already took the water heater, we removed it. We were gonna board up that, but because there's a wall there, we didn't feel like it needed to be boarded up. And so when it came out, my brother removed it and we didn't feel like we needed to put a board up because there's a wall there. And all the windows, all in the back, have all been boarded up. Everything's boarded all around, all the way around.
Did you say we got a written renovation plan? Did you say that?
I was just told to do a plan on timeframes.
Yeah, and then one of them
I
was getting us
for
a
a-
price for a foundation and we haven't received. I know he's tried to call you. You haven't ever answered.
Okay,
We've written, and
Bradley says he has tried to call me. I spoke to Bradley on Friday when I got the day prior to that is when I received this notice to be here. I came in on Friday to speak to Bradley and Bradley told me that he had been trying to contact me and had left me messages.
well, no, he said that we don't have a voicemail active.
I do not. And
Yeah.
I let him know that day. There was no way that he could have left me messages because I do not have messages set up on my phone to leave messages on there. So I asked him when he had contacted me because I do not have anything from Bradley ever on my phone that he's tried to
Okay,
contact.
well, regardless, on your plan, you had stated that you're gonna get pricing.
That is correct, and I
Okay,
did.
and we haven't received anything.
I received that, but I didn't receive, Mr. Mendez did not give me a estimate paper telling me, he just
I mean, if
sent me
you,
a message.
at least let us know. But like I said, we haven't heard from you. We haven't received anything in writing from you. Any kind of cost estimate or anything. It could have been verbal. It doesn't matter. But like I said, we haven't,
You're right.
you have not been in touch.
But also, you gotta understand, I was going, and I understand that, sir, you gotta also understand is that I was going through a lot of pain through my surgery and going through everything I was going through, trying to get money together to pay for my taxes on these homes, on these properties, which I've always stayed up to date on. And so I don't, like I said, it's coming down to money and I don't have the money to do that right now. I need time to be able to do that, and the home has not, he's talking about the home being, I can show you a picture that I just took before I came here. And the home is almost exactly to the T to the way it was on that picture that he took. So he's saying that it's sinking more.
These are recent pictures.
Well, okay, and that's what I'm saying, is there's not much difference of how much the home has actually gone down. And the
Well, I don't
home
know
is
if it's
secure,
gonna go-
is what y'all asked me to do was secure the home,
Mhm.
to do what I need. Okay, so I did all that. I did your 90-day plan. I did what I thought I needed to do as a property owner. I just, like I said, it's coming down money wise.
Yeah, like I said, the main thing is just communication and there wasn't any.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On that,
Yeah, I understand you had surgery last month and you're trying to get over that and I understand that
No, I had
completely.
surgery a couple
But,
months ago. I just.
Any other questions on
What are our options on this?
that's
It's 5:05.
You can extend, well,
monitoring?
under the law, you're not supposed to extend the time. It's like make a decision and move on. But, I mean, if you want to continue to do that, you can give her some more time. You could demolish now. I mean, the difference between this one and the other one was, at least the other one's maintained around it.
Have the opportunity to get on her feet and we can always demolish it at some point.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
What?
That's on.
It's north.
No, it's north Oasis.
Like Travis.
Yeah.
Still.
But it's just around the area, that's the difference between the first one and the second one to me is it's not being maintained around, it's not maintained.
Okay. All through winter, it was maintained. We had that rain and then the grass grew. It's been cut today. Everything, I mean, I don't know. I'm not married. I don't have to rely on people when.
Is it secure, Derek?
Yes.
I say we go with Alan's comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a public hearing right now.
You're still. Any other questions or?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. I do have a question for y'all, though. I do understand that y'all have, like the city has, so you can go borrow a lawnmower, you can borrow this and that. So, my thoughts are, there are a lot of homes in Port Lavaca within our city. City limits, outside city limits, there are a lot of homes that, yes, need to be fixed, yes. And what y'all need to understand is y'all do this to allow people to borrow things to make the houses look nice and do this and that. So why don't we have anything in place for people like me that can't afford to fix a home? That is my kid's home, but there's nothing there to help people that don't have the money to do it. Just a question.
I think it has something to do with grants and.
Yeah, I mean, there is grants for
Yeah.
homestead, but this is non-homestead and nobody's lived in it for over 10 years.
Yeah, it's been 11 years since utilities have been on.
Yes, exactly, and for 20-something years, I've been paying taxes on this home. Just thought, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and next one, 502 North Benavides. Last time we had the hearing was August 12th. Council, motion to, for them to provide a written renovation plan. If no such plan is executed, the council authorizes staff to proceed with demolition and place lien on the property. The update, let's see, they did comply with the submitting a plan with our department. I did require the property owner to secure the property, and to date they had failed to do so. Let's see, on March 27th of this year, a foundation application was submitted. However, due to non-payment, permit has not been issued. But it has continued to deteriorate even worse.
How recent are these pictures, Derek?
Last week.
And we
It
have
was Thursday or Friday?
Thursday of last week, as an update on Friday, Mr. Shabana did call me. He did, board up the holes in the walls. So those have been boarded.
I'm just waiting for a permit to start working on it.
It has to be paid for.
Well, yeah, I'll pay for it if you give it to me.
No, you have to pay for it and then we give it to you.
Well, yeah, I'll pay for it.
So, yeah, I've got the foundation, the plans. They did get an engineer to provide a foundation plan.
Okay.
It just, yeah, the permit, it just hadn't been paid for, so we can't issue it.
Man, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was ready for me to go.
No, yeah, unfortunately, you gotta pay. I'm sorry.
I hear you on that,
But
yeah. My name is Dennis.
let's see, and you're the brother? Is that correct?
Well, I'm Aidan's son.
Oh, the son, okay.
Son, yes,
Okay.
and this is my sister Bertha.
Right, okay.
Yes, sir. And I remember when we were both sick at the same time, so it was a bad time.
Yes, sir.
But we pulled through it and thank God.
We're both still walking.
Yes, sir. We're still above ground. Yeah. But yeah.
We have tried. I will say, we have tried to get this permit for everything. I know I spoke to you when he was in and out of the hospital and trying to take care of him and take care of my parents down here, 96 and 91-year-old. So we have tried. I've been on the phone. We've sent emails and back and forth. You were out. And then I came in and, bumped into you, and finally we got that part straightened out. I've never spoken to Bradley.
I spoke to him.
But he did. Once he recovered, 3-4 months later, took 4 months, but we have tried to get this done. And anything that, you asked me to have the windows covered. We did have them covered, including the upstairs. Unfortunately, we had some windy days and hurricane that came afterwards and, tore that top part down. We did fix it last week. And we're just waiting for the permit. We didn't know we had, if it was known that all we had to do was come in, put the money down, it would have been done already. So, but
Yeah, it's good.
we're good there.
It'll get done now.
Just tell us where to show up and we'll be here.
Yes, sir. I want to thank all y'all.
Thank you so much.
Staying here
Appreciate
late. And on a Monday.
Anything else?
You're keeping the property up clean around the building?
Yes, sir.
So you got plans and stuff for repair?
For the foundation.
Yes.
Is that the only thing that needs?
No,
Oh,
no.
no. He's already got plans. He's already got plans paid for and stuff coming in.
Yeah, I haven't seen the actual plans for the structure itself, but just the foundation.
I'm gonna come get a permit and I'm gonna put a roof and all that.
Bring your plans in at that time for.
Yeah, they emailed him.
You can email it to me.
He already did, Victor Robinson.
Okay, I hadn't received them yet, but,
Yes, sir.
okay, yeah, if you can get
Y'all
it.
live here?
When I live out of town and she's,
I do not. My home is in Edinburgh. I retired in June and have been taking care of family since then. So I've been at home in Edinburgh for a month and a half out of the last 10 months. So, but I have been here with my parents and very familiar with the property and stuff. But thank you.
all right, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay.
Anything else you want to add?
No, sir, not for these 3 properties.
Declare the hearing closed at 7:22. Move on to agenda item number 2, consider and take action on property previously declared substandard following the public hearing held on August 12, 2024 and April 14, 2025. In 505 Bernardins, 515 North Oasis, and 502 North Benavides.
If you could take the action by separate motion, that would be helpful.
So we will start with 505 Bernardin. Recommendations from code enforcement.
Everybody's looking at it.
On 505, I mean, as long as we continue to follow the plan, maintain the property and keep the building secure.
Make a motion for no action?
I mean, so the question would be, do y'all want this to come back again or?
Or give us a time frame and then we'll,
Or just keep monitoring it? I mean, I don't know how to do it. I mean,
I think we should just really dismiss this one and bring it back if it gets out of control. I think that's the way to do it.
I don't know, because we're just passing the book then. I mean, do we want to tear it down or we wanted to?
Well, so tear it down or dismiss it is what I say.
We want to keep that option. Rosie, I think, is going to communicate with him and see if we can.
and when he didn't bring the plans in, that was my fault. Because I did not communicate that with him. So I did ask him for a written letter and what was he gonna do and he boarded it up before I got there. As soon as he got the notice, the first notice, and he did say, not yesterday, last week, when I talked to him, that it does look worse now because the home that was next to it was also issued a thing to demolish it and they demolished it. So he says he realizes that his little house looks worse now without the other property next to it. So, I mean, but he does have.
So he's gonna finish his son's place here. What kind of timeline did he say?
Well, on this house, he wants to.
No, his son's, he said he's gonna start on this one after he finishes his son's.
It said a year or two.
Yeah.
And I don't know, a year or two before he can actually do the whole, but I'm wondering.
His son told him is going up pretty quickly. Yes, yeah. To save up money, be able to do this out.
I was thinking that maybe come back, look at it 6 months, see where we're at.
Really, I mean, I really think you should dismiss it then and we come back.
And we can come back as long,
If it's secure, they're keeping it clean.
the year or two, yeah.
Because the way the process works under the code, it's really not one of these where we declare it and then we stay after them.
Yes.
It's declare it, demolish or don't demolish.
Give up.
This monitoring is really not the process in the code.
Yeah, because normally, typically in these types of situations, code enforcement will send, send out letters, say, hey, there's something wrong with your property. What's your plans? And we don't get a response and we can't get them to do anything, then we bring it to council because we have no other avenue. But if they contact us, then we work with them.
Okay.
Now, if it gets to a point where they don't work with us anymore, then same thing. We don't have any other options. We have to bring it to council or to court. But, council is typically the way to go because most of the time the people live out of town and it's hard to get them to a municipal court.
This is also something the council, if you want to consider for the future, you can delegate this process to Planning and Zoning Commission where it doesn't have to come to.
Or develop a building and standards commission.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
Do we have a development building and standards commission?
If we can, we would have to develop that commission and you typically get some contractors and a couple of people from the public, people that know what they're doing, have a couple.
It'd have to be zoned then, wouldn't it?
No, it wouldn't be zoning.
But you got some things coming to us on that, right? So I make a
That's
motion
gonna be separate.
dismiss this for now.
Yeah.
We'll just dismiss it.
Let Rosie take.
But still, you can still communicate with them. They just,
Right.
but we will come back.
Right, because that's what,
The threat is.
said that we just kind of monitor them for.
Yes.
Staff level month.
Second that motion.
I make them.
Second. Tim and.
Yeah.
And Alan, okay. All right, so to dismiss? Yeah.
Motion and a second to dismiss the actions on 505. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Aye. Unopposed. Motion carries. Move on then to 502 North Benavides.
Or 515.
Oh, 515.
That's North New Oasis.
That's my page over.
Yes.
515 North Nueces.
Same option, right?
Mhm.
I make a motion that we dismiss it.
Okay.
We have a motion and a second to dismiss the proceedings against property at 505.
515.
515
Oh.
North
North-
Oasis.
North Oasis.
Yes.
And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Not opposed, motion passes.
Now it goes to this one.
So just for the public, now it can go back to code enforcement and the code enforcement can start writing tickets, fines, all that kind of stuff. So it encourages the landowner to continue to try to get things done because it doesn't stop this from coming back.
They're gonna have to keep in touch still with the code enforcement. Now we can move on to 502 North Benavides. Yes. We have a recommendation from code enforcement.
Yes. Got it.
It's gonna be dismissed and so who's making the motion?
I'll make.
Well, I mean, this one, they've got plans.
Yeah, they got
That
plans.
are
It
plans.
looks tough. I mean, it looks tough. They got
You
plans.
drive by it and it looks rougher than it looks.
Right.
We got it braced though. We got it braced.
We got an engineer on it.
It looks tough.
When are you guys gonna start working on that place?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, if I can get a permit.
Permits for the first thing in the morning.
I'll be there.
No problem.
All right.
I'll second the motion.
Lipstick rouge, that's all I need.
I made a motion. Daniel, second.
It better be real red too.
Is it actually, if we dismiss it, it actually gets worse because we start the findings and the process all over again.
Yeah.
We got to take care of, sir. Mr. Mayor, thank you.
We have a motion and a second to dismiss the proceedings on 502 North Benavides.
So moved.
We already have. I just need a vote. All in favor,
I'll second.
aye?
Aye.
We already got it.
Okay, Danny did.
Daniel, second.
They snuck it in.
I didn't know y'all did this already. Why am I even talking to that?
That's what we were wondering.
Same sign. Anybody opposed? Hearing none opposed, motion passes.
I'm sorry, I joke a lot. Oh, my.
Got some more, but we have a lot of.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I've lost all my other two. Okay.
Oh. And three. What's yours, Jesse?
Agenda item number 3, conduct public hearing in accordance with the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 12, Buildings and Building Regulations, Article 4, Standard, Substandard, Sections 12 to 291, Notice A and B for the following property listed as 126 Haviland. The time is 7:32. We'll begin the hearing on 126 Haviland.
Mayor, council, in your packet, there's have pictures and kind of a brief history on the notices that were sent this year. I don't know if y'all remember this one, if it looks familiar, but we did have this one in April of last year. And the council at the time declared it substandard, and property owners, heirs are allowed 90 days to fix or update. Well, it's continued to get worse, got worse. See, I haven't had any contact with the property owner. Have you? And nobody's here to represent the property. This one can be, I recommend demolition.
Do you know if these property owners live in town?
I believe they're out of town, aren't they?
But it's an estate
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, the person that represented the property last year, I know he was out of town.
David Moya.
But the council has already declared it substandard.
We spoke to him previously?
I believe it was before you were on board.
Didn't he come in?
Yes, he came in,
Yeah.
but it's gotten worse since he was making all these promises and
Then.
he hadn't done anything. It's gotten worse.
Plans or anything? No more contact.
He lives in Victoria, but he was just.
That
mean-
first time it wasn't opened up like that. Now it's all open.
Yeah, it's in horrible condition now.
It's a lot worse than it was the last time.
It's more like a carport than it is an actual house.
Yeah.
There are no walls on the front of that property. The only thing holding that trailer up is in fact the built on roof structure. If it wasn't there, it would have already collapsed long ago.
So I just want to caution council to the extent, well, first of all, 2024 taxes aren't paid. Not that that's not lots of properties, but apparently he has stopped paying taxes. So maybe that gives you the idea that they're not going to continue to pay taxes. The collectability of your demolition lien will be less because it is an estate. Now, not that we want to wait that time period, but again, this is one of those because the taxes aren't paid, we could utilize the tax district to pursue this and get with them and get them. I know it's only $174. My only concern is they clear the title. We will not be able to clear the title without a lawsuit.
Right. So it's.
Which I'm not saying, but if we do the demolition first and then the taxes go, they're gonna wipe out our demolition lien.
Right, we won't get anything back.
So but then we come back to square one if the guy pays the taxes. And then we're back into the situation. So I just don't want any false hope that we'll collect this demolition lien if without some additional cost. So I just wanted to caution y'all of that.
It is, as city, we have to be responsible for, our citizens, and it is a, hazard.
It's a hazard, no doubt.
And we could be liable for not taking action on the house
To secure it, yeah. I don't know if it's curable, but
My concern is kids getting in there and getting hurt.
yeah.
I know if I was a kid, I'd go in there.
Baptist Church.
Where is it located?
On Haviland?
It's between the Baptist church and the RV park.
It's in that little dirt road. But he's done nothing. He's made no effort after coming in here and, yeah.
How long does it take for the county to act? Are they Tax.
6 months, 8 months, something like that. That's if they can locate all the errors.
Okay.
Well, actually, once they sue, they can do a notice
Oh.
to the heirs in the paper. And they have more leeway than we do.
Right.
How much does it cost to tear it down, Derek?
A lot of errors.
This. I don't know, you got the. A little bit from the last one.
The last mobile home.
Got a package deal?
Manufactured home that was torn down.
Yeah, I'll take it down.
But that mobile home was larger and had more buildings on the property.
It was 5,800. But for the larger
Bigger
manufacturer.
building, more properties.
It was the one that we dealt with, but I hate to say this, but your dad was. It was 5,800 for that one.
1,500?
5,800.
That's.
But it's,
That's wrong.
oh, that's the wrong one?
Yeah, that's a different one.
Oh, sorry.
604 one.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That one's later. Never mind.
We don't have a choice because it is a safety hazard for kids. It's brought to our attention. We can't ignore that.
And he's made no effort.
Yeah, that's.
He's made no effort.
We're gonna have to lose money on it.
Okay. Yeah.
I just wanted to make you aware.
And I could talk to the tax office and see if they even started on the process on it. I doubt it. But I could check with them and see.
Did you say it's been previously declared?
Yes, on April I got the minutes from the council meeting here. On the 8th. Yeah, April the 8th, 2024.
So why I was asking that is based on that, can we do less than 30 days?
Well, it's been more than the 30 days. That's why I wanted to make sure, that's why I got the minutes to make sure it's already been declared substandard.
So, I mean, this can be demolished immediately because they've already been given the notice.
Right.
Does it have utilities?
Make sure all the.
Okay. Time is 7:39.
Do roll offs,
Close.
hours of my employees.
Public hearing.
Oh, yeah.
With the backhoe.
Last.
To agenda item number, consider and take action to declare property to be substandard and required action following declaration, following a public hearing held today, August 14, 2025, 126 Haviland Street.
Actually, there's been a previous declaration, okay? So it doesn't have to be declared again. That's very important to me because the same notices don't have to go out
Right.
and filed and all that.
That's why I recommend just the demolition.
Which district is this?
That's.
No, I think it's in it, you know?
That's mine.
Motion.
I was trying to pass the buck over.
Motion.
Yeah, I'm making.
Demolishing immediately.
Polish.
Second.
There you go.
We have a.
Okay.
I'm sorry, who made the motion? Thank you.
But in your district?
Yes.
Oh,
We can still figure out the cost and everything. It's immediate property.
I'd have to look.
so we have a motion, and a second to
When yours are his.
demolish 126 Haviland
Take a bunch of,
building on 126 Haviland Street immediately.
continue to take pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's in.
All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Opposed, same sign.
I was.
None opposed, motion passes.
Is this located?
126
Behind First Baptist.
What's close by?
Well, I'll make sure that the notice is stated
Across from Hillman's.
the property, so that way people driving by.
Send it to them.
Behind First.
That thing's the address.
That's little shell road that goes down right behind it, travels right the length of the.
With the paper and all that too.
Not a shell road anymore.
I don't think.
So just.
I thought that was Jared's.
I'd
have to look.
I doubt it.
All right.
Well, because we did a lot of notices back then.
I'd have to look at the map.
So it's done, Anne Marie? It's getting torn down?
It's been torn down.
On to agenda item number 5, consider a variance to ordinance chapter 26, manufactured housing and recreational vehicles for a manufactured home to be placed on a residential lot that is not in a manufactured housing park. Property is described as lot 2, block 61, 521 South Oasis Street. Eric?
Mayor, council, in your packet memo, Mr. Benjamin, I don't know, you may recall him. He was the one that had some major health issues last year. And he had tried to do the same specific use permit on a piece of property. He was going to buy that property, and I think there's like 18 heirs or something. I believe one of them wanted more money, so they weren't able to work out a deal. So I know Miss Rose has been helping him out with trying to find properties. And they were able to find this one, but he's not buying the property, he's leasing it for right now. From a Mr. Clay, Raymond Clay. Yeah, Raymond Clay.
The gentleman that had to live 1.3 miles from the hospital or.
Yeah, and attached, in the memo, there's a letter from the doctor stating that he needs to be. And and this is the only property they've been able to find that would be able to take care of.
This is one of them special situations.
It's a very special situation. I think y'all might remember him coming in though one time. She had asked, she was planning on being here, but she had some other medical issues that she had to take care of. But she had asked about maybe him showing up, and I didn't think he's in any kind of condition to come to the meeting. So I told her that I would speak to y'all, let y'all know about the situation. It's the same as in the past. And he was just asking, and it is for his sole and singular use. If something was to happen, if he was to pass away or move, the manufactured home would have to go. And Mr. Clay understands as well that no other manufactured home can go back on that property.
And I would make sure the specific use permit says that if the decedent or whoever does not move it off, he will be responsible to move it off.
Yeah, Oh, he's got somebody representing him. The last time he came, somebody was representing him.
Remember his name now.
It's,
Somebody from the church.
it was,
Yeah.
his dad was a preacher here for many years, with that
David.
church.
David Holford.
Holford. Yeah, David Holford.
Yeah.
He was here.
No.
No.
But he was trying to look for a property for him as well, and they found one on South Virginia, but evidently somebody offered more money, and so he wasn't able to get it.
I remember that.
I don't like the home he was gonna get though, right?
It was brand new.
Okay.
So I don't have.
That's what he told me. I haven't seen it.
I
I'm
don't have a
sorry.
problem with it, except how are you gonna get that trailer in there?
Well, I thought.
You gotta knock trees down?
Well, no, sir. I talked to them about, they know the neighbor, the vacant lot next to him, and they were gonna get his permission to go across his property.
Okay.
That way they didn't have to take any trees down.
And when it's time to move it, if somebody built something on that other property.
They'll have to take the trees
they'll have
down,
to take the trees down.
Yeah.
So who's gonna be responsible for doing all that?
the property owner.
They're gonna pay for all it?
City wall.
That's in Daniel's district.
That's his area.
Ms. Oakes is gonna clarify that in the agreement.
Yeah, I want you I just want to be clear on that it is a specific use permit for the sole and singular use.
Yes.
So I think we need to be prepared that other individuals in that neighborhood might want to do something similar. So.
This is a very unique situation.
And
they, with the doctor's note and everything, that's why. But that's up to y'all, but,
So I'll make a motion there.
and the previous one was passed, if you remember,
And we need to be prepared.
oh, yes, sir.
Yes. So I'll make a motion that we pass.
Second.
Authorize it.
Yeah, authorize. We have a motion and a second to approve a variance to the manufactured recreation ordinance for a manufactured home to be placed on the residential lot at 521 South Basis Street as presented. Restrict.
Excuse me, did you want the specific use with that contingency?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't you know?
That was part of the motion that it
Part of the motion, yeah.
restricted
He bought it last year.
Yeah, but.
language.
He's waiting for permission.
And signed by the landowner.
Yeah, and he lives in Victoria and he's
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Rose calls him Sugar Bear. I'm not gonna call him that.
That's how we all know him.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second approving the variance as presented. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. None opposed, motion passes. Okay. Right, we move on to agenda item number 6. Consider recommendation of the planning board of a replat of lots 1 through 16, 53 to 54, 57, 58, 63 to 66, and 75 to 76 of Claret Crossing, Section 1 subdivision. Derek?
There, council in your packet, you can see this is the final review of this replat. Got a company that's interested in building some homes, and so that's why they're wanting to replat this property. It's originally it was for 2-family dwelling, and they're wanting to do single family, so.
And
replat is-
width of the lots are no different than the existing plat. It's just they're now being platted for individual homes instead of duplexes.
This is the same guy that built the houses in Jade Bay Estate.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The guy that built the houses in Jade Bay Estates.
Not all of
No, I know, but there's like
I think they did like 9
8 or 9
of them.
built all at one time.
And he's gonna be building more than what's shown here as replat because he's built, some of them he built on the lots, he didn't have to replat. But he bought all the
He bought 49 lots.
Yeah,
Company, 49.
49, yeah.
Yep.
His intention is to build it out.
And he is working with Ho to try to do a joint venture on the remaining property.
The acreage between here and
From the woodlands,
I was hoping, yeah.
the woodlands.
at Zion Builders.
Whose district?
Yeah, Zion.
This would be. Jim's.
Village Road.
It's mine.
Yeah.
Would you like to make a motion? I'll make a motion. We accept that.
Take it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Approving the recommendation of the planning board, the replat. Approving the replat of lots 16, 53 to 54, 57 to 58, 63 to 66, 75 to 76 of Claret Crossing, 1 subdivision. As presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. None opposed, the motion passes. Okay. Move to agenda item number 7, consider awarding a demolition contract to Access Demolition for Randall Street properties.
I know that's mine.
That's the property we just bought. Except for the building, except for the house, the big house.
You only had 2 contractors?
That's the only ones that we can get to bid. Well, as shown in your packet, Axis, they came in at, they did go down a little bit. If I asked them to come up with a price, if they were to get awarded both of them, and Axis they came up with 25,500. And this is for the garage apartment and that smaller home. And this also does include the driveway all the way to the road as well. All that concrete. And then Wilson Construction came in at 25,815. So Axis, with Axis having lower bid by a difference of $315, the staff is recommending to be awarded to Axis.
There,
They've done good work for us.
as far as bids are required, is there a bid?
What's that?
No, no, we send it to everybody that we know. And we have people come in and ask to be on the list and we send them, we just don't get quotes from them. That's the best we can do.
Okay.
It's not required to be formally bid because it's less.
Yeah, the 50,000. Key deal.
My second.
What's the total amount?
1,500.
We have a motion and a second to approve the bid of Axis Demolition. The amount of $25,500. For demolition of 304 Randall Street and 310 Randall Street as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign.
Eric, do they have to get a permit to do that?
Permit?
Yeah.
Yes,
Demo permit.
How much is that?
nothing.
We won't charge them.
I'm paying for it.
That charge.
How much should the, okay, how much should the permit be? How much you gonna charge the city?
Maybe they can. Maybe they can for nothing.
Jody, can I still call the guy from the Victoria Preservation Society, see if there's any?
Yeah, I mean, we're not doing anything with the house yet. This is just the small house and the apartment. We're not doing anything. This does not include the big house yet.
There's a lot of stuff on the inside of that house that needs to be salvaged, saved.
I figure we need a little more time to do.
That's
figure
small
that
house and apartments and everything. Not really.
trash, that not much. I think there might be, I think there was maybe some flooring or something, you know, and if so.
Oh, there was a contractor that's wanting some of the, it has some oak tongue and groove on the second floor. And he was wanting that flooring. So I told, you know, whoever y'all decide to award it to, I was gonna tell them, you get with them and.
Yeah, it wasn't worth
them.
our extra effort to deal with all that, but that may be different in the house.
She's from balcony.
Okay, let's move to agenda item number 8. Consider a request for use of City Hall on Saturday, July 12, 2025, for the purpose of hosting a kids market event during the hours of 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
So moved. Hey,
This is.
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Trust me.
I had a story about it.
You just threw me off my game here, Mr. Wong.
No, because I do it every time. You know that.
You're kind of in a hurry.
Basically, we want to do a kids market, where we provide a table and a couple of chairs and they sell their goods. There'd be some educational aspects along that. A lot of communities do this, several that I've been to do it at the hall, so I think it'd be a great place. It's not too big. You know, the Bower was gonna just engulf, even if the Bower was available, which is not.
Train depot.
The train depot would be cool, except I really want to have it inside.
And air conditioning.
Because, you know, these kids.
In July.
Yeah. Kids are- And you don't want it to rain out and things like that. Really yet?
Second.
We have a motion and a second approving the request for the use of City Hall on Saturday, and Saturday, July 12, 2025, for the purpose of hosting the kids market event as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Unopposed, motion passes.
Thank you.
Right, we move to agenda item number 9. Consider approval of the professional engineering service agreement of Civil Corps for the street and drainage improvements in Western Heights subdivision. Right?
Mayor, council, during the budgeting process for the fiscal year 24-25, on the capital improvement plan, we included the street and drainage improvements to Western Heights subdivision. That's Border Street, Central Street, and Warehouse from Central to George. We have the proposed engineering contract from Civil Corps to perform the engineering and construction administration for this project. The proposed contract amount is $207,000 as detailed on page 8 in your packet.
What page?
Page 8 of the contract in your packet.
Yeah.
In accordance with the adopted 24-25 capital improvement plan, staff recommends council approve the engineering contract between Civil Corps and the city of Port Lavaca for the Western Heights Street and drainage improvement with the contract amount of $207,000.
We've been waiting for this for quite a while already. Our curves are like upside down, and if you drive off my driveway and you're not careful, you get stuck, like my little car. You know, it's, and like Tim's car got stuck trying to get out of the driveway, you know, so please.
Gotta make a motion.
We make a motion to approve this. Thank you.
You have a second? Yes. Jim second?
No.
Alan.
Alan did, okay. All right, so we have a motion and a second approving the professional engineering service agreement of Civil Corps for the street and drainage improvements in the Western Heights subdivision as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign? None opposed, the motion passes.
Good deal.
All right, let's move to agenda item number 10. Consider ratifying the hazard mitigation grant program application submitted on April 14, 2025 to apply for a backup generator for the Bauer Center for use as a seasonal relief center. Cody?
Mayor, Council, you may remember that I mentioned in a couple of my weekly update reports that we were looking at making this application with hazard mitigation grant so that we could get a backup power generator, so the Bauer Community Center could be used as a seasonal relief center in periods of extreme hot or extreme cold during the year. This is not for like a hurricane shelter or anything. This is just if it gets really, really super hot out, we need a place for people that don't have air conditioning, whatever, to go to cool off, or vice versa. If it's really, really cold and they don't have any heat. I didn't really learn until right after our March meeting that the application was a little bit more complicated than I was initially led to believe. And so there were several things that the mayor needed to sign. That application was due at 5 o'clock today. We were successful in getting it put together. In your packet is a copy of the application for federal assistance SF 424, which outlines the dollar amount of the application, which is a total of $314,090.03. And with the applicant's share, the match would be $78,522.51. So we're asking council to ratify the mayor's signatures and approval submittal of this grant application.
So moved.
Second.
I think it's a great idea.
Without council approval to ratify it. So we have a motion, a second, approving the ratification of the hazard mitigation grant program application submitted today, April 14, 2025, as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Opposed, motion passes. So we did consider council when we were signing those. It said, I'm not supposed to do this. They're going to get mad. All right, we'll move to agenda item number 11. Consider declaring surplus miscellaneous items located on the property acquired by the city of Port Lavaca at 310 Randall and authorize the city manager to dispose of the items in a commercially reasonable manner.
I don't, it's last month and the month before where we took similar action on the house next door that we recently bought. 310 Randall is for the house we just bought not too long ago. So we need to declare the items located on that property as surplus so that we can demolish and
Salvage anything.
Salvage anything that is.
You know, donate it, whatever.
Make a motion that we.
Second.
Is Pat Lester saying anything about any?
No, just like to, you know,
On his-
commode or say.
Personal property?
I think donation.
From what I have been told by, Anus, he's done. I haven't been back inside since that one.
Historical back.
Right, so that's why we want to
Furniture.
carefully look at that before we just go demolish that.
Yes.
That is.
He can give the history if he wants to, but sometimes he doesn't want to. Okay, so,
We have a motion and a second declaring the miscellaneous items located on the property
at 310 Randall Street is surplus.
and authorizing the city manager to dispose of the items in a
Commercially reasonable manner.
all in, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Opposed, motion passed.
Jody, what's that look like? Pictures on a website or
What?
to dispose of the items, to sell them?
I mean, we just legally have to declare them surplus, so we can get rid of it. But as far as the stuff that we want, like at the house, we want to get rid of. Yeah, we need to look at that. And I know Brittany kind of looking at, I mean, there's several ways, but
There's auction.gov.
yeah, but there also may be, some of that we might want to find some specialized outlets for, because, you know, to where we might be able to get more money for them.
Yeah.
If we're soliciting to people that would have a special interest, still got to identify some of those. But yeah, I mean, we can just put it in government salvage.
Curious. Okay, thank you.
Or if they find a special, I said donate, but what I meant by that is, you know, if it's basically our trash could be somebody else's treasure. Right, those kind of things.
Donate it to Republic. Donate it to Republic.
Well, I hate to move
Fast.
Don't mind it.
We have agenda item number 12, consider resolution R-041425-1 to appoint a local fair housing coordinator. Jody.
Our various grant, federal and state grants, you know, require us to have certain fair housing requirements. And in the past, we've generally just, our default as shown the mayor as the fair housing coordinator. However, they are asking us to specify, because whoever the fair housing coordinator is required to take certain levels or certain amount of training. So we're proposing to appoint myself as the fair housing coordinator and the city's capital projects and grant coordinator as the alternate fair housing coordinator. And that way we can collect the hours needed for training to be, you know, to comply with the various laws and ordinances.
Who is the city's capital projects and grant coordinator?
Well, that would be Katarina right now.
So move.
She'll be getting the training that you're getting.
Yeah.
Second it.
So we have a motion,
Second, approving resolution number R-041425-1, appointing a local fair housing coordinator as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And opposed, motion passed. Covers both of you.
Yes.
And you don't have to take the training.
I know. I think
Just.
council would buck the system and appoint me just for me.
It's for fun.
All right, we'll move to agenda item 13, consider resolution number R-041425-2. Prepare and submit a TIPRA Cycle 14 grant application for preliminary design, permitting, and final design engineering for the Lighthouse Beach Restoration Project, committing $158,000 of general fund dollars as 40% matching funds. Jody?
Okay, there's a lot of information here and I'll try to go through it as fast as I can. but to where you can fully understand what we're proposing here. If you recall, we were awarded a GLO KEPRA Cycle 13 grant in 2023 in the amount of $105,000 and combined with 70,000 matching funds for the Lighthouse Beach Phase 1 project. Now, the scope of this project, for which GLO was the lead partner, included performing a feasibility study and develop an engineered solution to accomplish: one, nourish the recreational beach at Lighthouse Beach Park to reduce erosion; two, protect and enhance the wetlands; and three, improve the performance of existing structures along the secondary with a secondary benefit to modify sediment transport pathways to prevent future erosion that results in deposits within the boat ramp basin. Attached is a copy from the final draft report that we recently received showing the alternatives that were studied. There's a link here for to look at the full report if you're interested in looking at that. The final report will reflect a recommendation of alternative 1B, which is a breakwater to protect the wetlands, and then either alternative 2B or 2C for the beach area. We're meeting next week actually to discuss the pros and cons of each of these options. The combined cost estimate for construction is $2.95 million and $2.76 million respectively. Now, KEPRA is a GLO grant program, and it accepts applications every other year. This year's application is due on May 1st. With the completion of the Phase 1 study and recommendation phase, we would like to go ahead and apply for the next phase, which would include preliminary engineering, permitting, and final design, being 95% complete engineering. If we're successful, we would again partner with GLO, who would perform as the lead partner. The proposed cost for this phase is $395,000. The city would be responsible for 40% as matching funds. This means that we would need to include $158,000 in next year's budget for these matching funds. If we are awarded the grant, we would need to pay the matching funds in the spring of 2026. Now, if approved, the hope would be that this Cycle 14 project for the engineering and permitting would be complete in order to consider an application in the 2027 cycle. Of course, this timing will depend a lot on how long it takes to receive the Corps of Engineers permit. We can't apply for construction funding until we have a Corps permit in hand. We also intend to apply to have this project included in the 2027 GLO Coastal Resiliency Master Plan, which, if we're successful with that, it would open us up to more construction funding for our match when we get to the point that we need it for construction. So budgetary impact: if awarded, we would need to include $158,000 in the Lighthouse Beach budget for next fiscal year. If there is another opportunity this year to apply for Matagorda Bay Mitigation Trust funding, we could choose to apply for this match amount to the Matagorda Bay Mitigation Trust. Recommendation: the staff recommends City Council approve this resolution to approve and support the submission of a KEPRA Cycle 14 grant application and commit the $158,000 of local match funds. If you look at the next page, it kind of shows you the picture of what alternative 1B is. Again, it's like a breakwater in front of the wetlands to kind of keep it's kind of right in front of where the walkway is, kind of help protect those wetlands. And then alternative 2B and 2C, there's, pros and cons of each of those. Again, to keep sand on the beach. As you know, historically, we've had, problems, restore the beach and then you get a northern end or a type, small storm, big storm, either one. All that sand just goes out into the bay to where you can walk yards and yards and yards and you might be still up to your shins, in water. So but the objective of this project is to do something that would, once we restore that beach, keep that sand in place and not keep it running. Again, with a secondary positive aspect to the project that would then keep some of that sand that's coming from the beach from going around and depositing in the channel to the boat ramp. They've conducted studies associated with this project to show that that is what's happening. The sand comes and kind of wraps around that groin on the north side, and it ends up depositing itself in that little channel. And that's why we go and they dredge it, and 6 months later, you can't get through there again. So we're, trying to do something that's gonna minimize that or that.
What they do, put pink sand down or something and.
No, it's very sophisticated. It's very sophisticated modeling. It's computerized modeling where they can look at the winds and the currents and everything, and they can, predict how the sand is.
So how's that going to, these barriers, since I'm a property owner downstream from that or upstream, how's that gonna affect our properties over here? The people next to me, they don't have any type of erosion protection.
Well, I mean,
it's gonna change. It will change everything.
Well, I mean, if you know where we're at, we've got a whole lot more wetlands before we get down to your property. I mean, a whole lot more.
Change it out. What do you?
Well, what he's saying, anytime now, and that's basically with a bulkhead. If you put a bulkhead up, yeah, the area right next to that bulkhead's gonna erode around behind it. It's not a bulkhead. It's basically, it's working to protect that wetlands behind it. There could be some extra scouring right at the end of that bulkhead, but again, the city still owns that. The limiting factor here is dollars. I mean, ideally it'd be great if you could do the whole wetlands and maybe another project.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that.
Long term.
How much you willing to contribute?
But
so what's the little blue line here on the bottom three, that little blue?
I hope that's where they're gonna go with the sand.
No, that would be the beach.
That'll be the new beach?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And see, I mean, that's one advantage to the 2B is that you would be able to retain more beach. The downside, in my mind, the downside is, that those are big rock groins. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's some of what we were talking about. If you guys have an idea or an opinion, please share. But I know people are so used to going out there. I don't know whether this is going to encourage people or they're going to think like they try to crawl up on
they will.
Water or whatever.
I think,
Make them
I think C is the better alternative. We'll have kids out there on the end of the rock groin trying to dive into the water.
Yeah, they do. They do. And I mean, B is a little bit more expensive, but not that much. And again, we're not the final say. I mean, it's basically PLO has a lot say in which they prefer. Like I said, it's kind of 50-50 right now, but we're meeting.
The Corps gonna let you fill back in. That's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, because they don't usually do that. Yeah, I mean, it's not realistic to expect us to create a beach like it was built in 1995. That's not realistic. Because it's not going to stay. But this would create and keep more beach than obviously we have now. And again, the other one downside for B is that it does leave a gap, or at least some of this existing wetlands exposed, although we do still have the existing groin at the bottom. Anyway, I mean, if you got an opinion, please share. If you're interested in participating in that meeting next week, I think it's on the 21st. But I will email you the link and you are more than welcome to join.
Please do. I'm gonna tell you, LaQuay, before Orion bought that place, LaQuay built that. That's his business. He enclosed a wetland and built up a levee. And ever since he's done that, if you go down and look at the Lone Star property, it has gone. It's disappeared. It's wrapping around, coming in. I have a concrete keeping it, from actually breaking into my place. But the guy next to me on my right, Mr. Tom Doe, he had to build a wall because he was losing so much property. over here on the Lone Star side, that's Mr. Brown's property now. It's really gotten, torn up since. So what my concern is, hey, you put something here on 2C or 2B, and then also 1B, it's going to change the whole coastline. And we don't need that. We need to protect as much. Now, I like the idea of protecting the beach and keeping that boat slip open. But I think we need to look at something that's a little bit more, what do you call it?
Grand?
Yeah, a bigger, because that property is going to be, it's going to be impacted by those small changes.
Like you need to be on the beam.
But we can add to this as we go along.
Yeah, I mean, this, again, the limit, the scope of the project was as limited to what, the grant was, which was.
So
and-
Dr. Kipper.
when they did their study, and I'm sure they're a lot sharper than me on this. Did they study what's going to happen upshore?
This is the area of study. They didn't do all their surveys and everything further downstream. They basically what we see here, that's the area of study. But I think
But it's the prevailing though going that direction because it's tilting back.
Longshore Drift is have it coming up towards my place.
I didn't put there is a link to the entire report in here. But I'll look at that and see, and I can ask some questions and see what they think.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds like as long as yourself.
But I think bottom line, we.
Because I get upset about it.
We started down this road and so we've got the study.
Just authorizing this.
So, well, no, we've already done the study.
Oh.
So what, the next phase is to apply for funding to actually do the engineering.
Flow around.
But we're not tied to a specific engineering yet.
Oh, is it created?
Tied to these 5 alternatives.
In theory, the end of the current phase we're in. So in theory, yeah, when we make this decision, that's what they're gonna afford. And that's not to say it's set in concrete, whatever.
Because now it's
Come up with
natural current.
change.
Not set in sand.
Right.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that again, these Kepler grants only come along every 2 years. So if we don't take advantage of this one, then it would be 2 years to even start this. The good thing in my mind is the timing works out that if we are successful in getting the project put into the coastal resiliency master plan, then we potentially will have to pay a whole lot less, if anything, for construction. I was told, quite honestly, the reason why it was not put into the 2023 or 23 coastal resiliency master plan because GLO didn't fully understand the project. If they understood what it was, to the extent they understand now, they probably would put it in there. And so it sounds like, they think it probably is a good candidate.
Okay.
And so once it's put in there, then it opens us up for amazing monies and some other.
Okay. Will this be like public comment and all that? We'll have to do all that for this project?
See, the next phase would be getting permitting. So yeah, we'd be doing.
Okay.
Yeah, all that during that. So worst case, we're committing, what I say, 100 and, what was it?
58,000.
158,000. And there may be some grant opportunities to match that.
I'll make a motion. We approve.
So move.
The second.
And a second. Daniel second. Daniel second.
Okay. Daniel second.
Oh,
Okay.
Dan. Snuck in right in there.
It's not going to affect me personally because I got protection. That's why when you said recuse, it's going to be those other people.
Standing out in the water when it washes.
It's a long ways from.
But we don't know that will happen.
Oh, okay.
No, but you bring up good points that need to be looked at.
Sure.
We have a motion and a second approving resolution number R-041-2. To prepare and submit the Kemper Cycle 14 grant application. Final design engineering for the Lighthouse Beach Restoration Project, committing $158,000 general fund dollars as a party percent matching fund. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. Opposed, motion passes. Even now, that's it. Okay, now we can move on to agenda item 14. Consider resolution number R-041425-3, recognizing the cottages on Independence. Alignment with the city's community revitalization goals and support of the project. Joe?
Is Michael on? Yeah, okay. Michael Bowen, is online. He may have some more information to be able to answer some questions. If you look at the exhibit, behind this agenda item, you recall that this has come before council before this project has. And I think we've had to approve at least one resolution of support for the project. This is where the housing authority, Fort Lavaca Housing Authority, has purchased land that they're applying or trying to get funding to construct the housing authority on this piece of property. And so they contacted me last week and needed a council to sign this resolution, basically stating that, you know, this project does comply or is in line with our comprehensive plan as far as the, you know, revitalization of the city. Michael, you want to share some more detail about the status of the project and where you guys are at?
Yes. Carrie, want to hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good evening. Again, my name is Michael Bowen. I'm with the Transformation Group. We are partnering with the Port Lavaca Housing Authority to redevelop the cottages, which is a 67-unit affordable housing development to replace the current property that the house authority owns. The purpose of this resolution is to support our Federal Home Loan Bank of Dallas application. We are applying for $1,750,000 to support the project. This, combined with debt and equity, will complete the project financing. The city is not requested to provide any financial support to the project. With this grant award, which we anticipate to occur in September of this year, along with getting the bonds approved, will allow us to close approximately in January, February of next year.
Okay. So the two bodies of water, is that swimming pools or mosquito ponds?
Mosquito pond. Oh, that's for the drainage, required drainage on the site.
It's
And
probably
that's
a
an
little
estimate.
Pension funds.
We hope to reduce the size, make it maybe deeper and not as wide, but that was more of a preliminary estimate. Just to make sure we had enough land for the residential buildings.
Well, it looks good. Can a fire truck get through there?
We haven't looked at.
You haven't looked at that detail yet? Okay,
This is just a concept.
it's great.
And I would imagine it's probably comparable to what we've got, you know,
Well, I mean, that's an issue.
what Jimmy Shelton,
Yeah.
yes.
So it's just a letter of support, basically.
Correct.
Well, those detention ponds, they're fenced off, is that right?
Pension funds don't necessarily, I mean.
It depends if they're wet or dry.
Oh, no, that's where they go snows, when it snows, they can. So
Sometimes they're dry, like they.
Okay.
I mean, so.
motion, we can support the
I
resolution.
mean, you can have your fountains, and most of the fountains, like where in Houston stuff, they're not that.
It's usually not that
I
big.
don't have a second yet.
Justin's time.
Just
Rosie's district.
Oh, it is your
Yes,
district.
second.
Sorry, Rosie. Sure. Just.
I did, it's second.
So a motion and a second approving resolution number R-041425-3, recognizing the cottages on Independence alignment with the city's community revitalization goals and support of the project.
This is awesome.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. Unopposed, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Sir,
All right, thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Michael.
just the budget amendment.
Right. Now move on to agenda item number 15, consider resolution number R-041425-4, approving the municipal maintenance agreement between the Texas Department of Transportation and the city of Port Lavaca, Calhoun County, Texas. Jody?
Recently, we received this correspondence from TxDOT that we have not executed a mutual maintenance agreement with TxDOT in a number of years. So they submitted basically it's a standard municipal maintenance agreement for us to review and approve. We did look at it and it is basically verbatim to the existing one we got. It's just putting a new date on it.
Make a motion that we approve the municipal maintenance agreement text.
Second.
They should just cutting the grass once a year.
Yeah, I mean, it basically is just identifying, where the state's responsibilities, our responsibilities, and gives permission to do what we need to do with the other. It doesn't even get into that level of detail, but I mean, it's not going to change the fact that we are.
Even if you refuse to sign it, then they're gonna refuse to do it.
Right, yeah. I mean, their basic maintenance. It gives them the right to do that or, work together.
Need a second?
Again, it's identical to what we've got previously.
Just his name. All right, we have a motion and a second approving resolution number R-041425-4, approving the municipal maintenance agreement between the Texas Department of Transportation and the city of Port Lavaca as presented. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Opposed, motion passes. Okay, we can move then to agenda item number 16. Consider second and final reading of an ordinance S-1-25 of the city of Port Lavaca for amendments to the base ordinance S-2-24 for the 2024 fiscal year budget, providing for budget amendments, providing for severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and establishing an effective date. Brittany?
Mayor and council, this is the second reading for the budget amendment for the purchase of 310 Randall. Staff recommends we approve this budget amendment.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second approving the second and final reading of ordinance S-1-25, city of Port Lavaca. Amendments to the base ordinance S-2-2024, 2025 fiscal year budget, providing for budget amendments as presented. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. And none opposed, motion passes. All right, move to agenda item number 17. Consider second and final reading of an ordinance G-1-25 of the city of Port Lavaca, amending the code of ordinances, appendix A, fees, rates, and changes, chapter 32, Parks and Recreation, Bauer Community Center rental rates, providing an effective date. Jody?
Mayor Council, the changes that have been made to the proposed amendment to appendix A since the first reading are: one, the proposed change to the annual pass cost has been eliminated. So the annual pass cost will remain at $25 a year as directed by council at the first meeting. The daily rental rate to display the advertisement on the Bauer marquee is proposed for an increase from $20 a day to $25 a day. This was something that staff had overlooked in the first reading. It was something we had been looking at in light of the new digital signage at the Bauer. And Tanya had made that recommendation and it just got overlooked in the first reading. So we have added that for your consideration in this second reading, again, to increase from $20 a day to $25 a day for the marquee. And all other language and rates are unchanged from the first reading.
$20 to $25.
And this is, I mean, if you're renting,
If you have a rental, the day of your rental, there's no
there's no charge, yeah. This is just if somebody,
additional, or if you're a community, because otherwise we would just be running.
everybody would want, yeah.
Well, is the game in the park?
Okay, so move. Sounds good.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Approving the second and final reading of ordinance G-1-25 of the Port Lavaca amending code of law. That says appendix A, B, rates and changes, chapter 33, parks and recreation, hours and rental rates, and providing effective date. The changes presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The opposed, same sign.
Aye.
You gotta say
Not
something though,
opposed,
before we
motion
all vote. If you have some opposition to, or
Well,
I'd like to hear it, I really would.
It's supposed to be said as you make the motion, then you discuss.
yeah.
Not after the vote, though.
Less conflict.
Okay.
All right.
Real quick, going back at one item.
Uh-huh.
It says here the state's responsibility is to mow and clean up litter and right away. Are they gonna actually do that? No.
I mean, I think
It's a year, yeah.
when they do mow, they're once or twice a year, I think, they make some effort for that. I don't think it's an exhaustive effort. Any means.
That's what we have to.
But they are gonna.
Yeah, but
They are gonna fix 10. So I know. Zero. Is Lester gonna fix 1090 or is the state after they get done with those three streets? I mean, we got.
We're actually kind of going back and forth with TxDOT's engineers because they say that they didn't, it's not their work.
Oh, no, you mean where we're coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was outside their scope. He said that, and I think I sent you an email, the response that I got from him. He told me that they'll go and they'll kind of dress it up, but that really was outside of the scope.
But it's on this, it's on their.
I know, but their apparently their scope was from the curb and gutter straight. They didn't do anything. That's what he said, that was not part of the contractor scope to do the, at the radiuses back to the street. They only did the straightaway, but he told me he was gonna look at it and do some dress up, but he wasn't promising any magic fix.
Okay.
Lois. Huh?
So-
Lois.
Cover on justice. Justice is the worst.
Yeah, where they worked on.
Algae is the worst. Justice is. Algae is not being touched this right.
Algae's not being touched.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
So.
So anyway, I was gonna give him a chance to look at it and see what he was gonna do, and then if it's totally unsatisfactory, we'll try to escalate.
Negotiate. Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, we are now at agenda item 18. Consider second and final reading of an ordinance G-2-25 of the city of Port Lavaca, amending the ordinance codified and described in the city of Port Lavaca's Code of Ordinances as chapter 50, utilities, article 2, water, division 2, water services, sections 50-46. Leaks on customer side of meter, providing for purpose of ordinance, providing for penalties for violation, providing for safety, providing for a repealing clause, and providing an effective date. Brittany, what are we talking about?
Mayor and council, this is the second reading of the hidden water leak policy with the revision from 50% to 100%. Staff recommends that we approve this policy.
I make a motion to approve the amendment to the ordinance for the hidden water leak policy.
So you won that one.
Yeah, I'm not in it to win it.
You got a motion and a second. Motion.
TV show, good.
Motion and a second approving the second and final reading of ordinance G-2-25 of the city of Port Lavaca. Amending the ordinance codified in the city's code of ordinances It's chapter 50, utilities, water, division 2, water services, basically our hidden water fee policy as presented. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. None opposed, motion.
But I do have a question. Aren't our new water meters supposed to detect that kind of stuff? Or do they not?
Yeah.
I mean,
They were a very special circumstance, when our towers were down for what, it was 6.
Yeah, it was a long time. Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple months. And then, but that's
Guaranteed that's not going to happen ever again.
right. They're telling us that, but even so,
You guaranteed.
even with the meters doing that, it's possible it could go a few days or even a week before somebody notices or whatever. And so, and if it truly is hidden, at least we have this tool.
okay.
But the unique case that came up that kind of brought that to light should not happen again, because again, our communication system was down between the meters and the system for like 4 or 5 months. And so normally it's not that big a deal. I mean, you go sending the normal water use, but as it turned out during this period, this person had this leak that he had no idea, and nobody knew about it until the communication towers came back on, and voila, all this water started showing up because it was storing those readings in the meter, but the meter have nowhere to send. The communication system wasn't working. So when it came in, all this water and if everything been working, surely it would have been caught sooner, one. But again, so we have this tool, if in fact it's truly hidden and it was there was a situation that nobody was going to find out about. We're saying that we will, reimburse 100%. But in reality, it should not be a whole lot of money.
No.
Thank you.
Vote tennis.
You got to vote on that.
Yeah, there was special.
Motion and a second approving the second and final reading of an ordinance G-25, G-2-25 of the city of Port Lavaca. Amending the code of the ordinance codified described in the code of ordinance, chapter 50, utilities, article 2, water, division 2, water services, specifically the hidden water fee policy as presented. So all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. Opposed. Now we can move to agenda item 19, consider adoption of Title VI non-discrimination plan. Jody, what are we talking about?
Okay, I
Non-discrimination.
brought this before, or made council aware of the need to adopt this plan a couple times now. We have significantly pared this down to basically the minimum necessary to meet the requirements of the federal grants. We get specifically, particularly TxDOT grants. This is what TxDOT is. This is kind of the driver in making sure that we get these plans in place. So we, some of the executive orders that have come out recently kind of put a ink in some of this. And so we went through and we deleted reference to all those executive orders that are no longer. And we are specifically only dealing with Title VI. And I know we had a conversation last time about gender, and my understanding, is what I'm being told, is gender is Title VII.
So gender is really not statutory. It's based on a Supreme Court case.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to compliment Katarina for really distinguishing Title VI, although sex is in there.
Sex is in here.
Gender.
It's not gender, correct.
And Tim for pointing that out. And but in Title VII, where the gender comes is based on a Supreme Court case, not the statute.
And this specific.
That's specifically in employment.
Right.
Where sex comes in, I think is under the Texas.
Title VI, I mean, we're,
Under Title VI, it's federal highway funds. Does have the sex language in it.
and so that's what we're adopting
Of male fee.
is a, that we're not discriminating by.
Based on being a male person.
And so, in the policy provides ways, for people to complain or, show grievance or whatever. There's a procedure for all that. Our HR coordinator, which is Rachel, she is the one that will, but this program will be housed in her office. And she will be responsible for keeping up with it and reporting that's required. So we're asking to adopt this. I will tell you that, we will be submitting this text. We are fairly confident that we've got everything we need. And the outside that they come back and say, we forgot this, we forgot that, or we need to reword something. We may come back for slight edits, but I think we've got it this time.
Katarina's did a really good job on this.
And she knows this thing back and forth.
Pretty sure. Make a motion that we pass a non-discrimination policy. Has three minutes.
Yes.
Second. Jim Campbell, second. Motion and a second to approve Title VI non-discrimination plan as presented. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Opposed, motion passes. Opposed because of DEI.
It's this DEI. This is just Title VI stuff. Yeah. Didn't get into all that.
It's in the award of funds. There's no discrimination.
Hey, y'all want to take a 5-minute break? 5-minute break. Yeah. All right, it's been a long meeting so far. Well, okay. Get back in 8:51.
Yeah.
This time. See agenda item. Excuse me. Lost my paper. There it is. Agenda item 20. I'll announce at this time that council will retire to closed session for consultation with the attorney on matters which duties of the attorney, city council under the Texas disciplinary rules of professional conduct of the state bar of Texas clearly conflicts with the Open Meetings Act. Chapter 541, section 551.0712 of the Texas Government Code, and to deliberate on commercial financial information that was received from a business prospect that seeks to locate, stay, or expand in or near the territory of this governmental body. Its governmental body is conducting economic development negotiations in accordance with Title V, Chapter 551, Section 551.087 of the Texas Government Code, and to discuss personnel matters in accordance with Title V, Section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code to discuss appointment, employment evaluation duties and responsibilities, reassignment, discipline, or dismissal of an officer or employee to hear a complaint or charge against an officer or employee, specifically interim city manager.
8:53.
Have to worry about that, but you won't go to jail. Won't go to jail. Keep me for a day or two. Right. Not that.
I don't even think they can do that. He said, don't bring them over.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to because it's against the Constitution. You don't magistrate him within a reasonable time. You have to release it.
Yeah, 48 hours is what he's on.
Yeah, that's usual. Reasonable. Hey.
I think I might have gotten.
Back online.
Let's go lightning fingers.
Real good, so he ain't trying real hard, I know that. Wait, so.
I didn't, what is it?
We don't need, we're not voting on the 380, right? We're just,
Yeah, I mean, we need.
oh, we are?
Yeah, I mean, because we did change it from the last approval.
Right?
You're gonna make the motion on that? So
There was really, you're dead.
Yeah, so, and so you guys decide whatever you want.
Now, as far as the title to the
Yeah,
law,
we need. You're expecting. Yeah. And then if they don't like it, they don't agree, but what we want to offer them.
I think I'm the only one that thinks that. So I'm not too worried about not being the whole group on it, because I think differently.
But you could limit, now, Alan, if you wanted to, are you going to 200,000?
It's 10:22.
Right.
I'll announce at this time that council has completed its closed session. 14th day of April, 2025, at 10:22 PM. Never been that late.
It's been years.
A lot of years.
I remember a time when it was.
When I went to
the eighties, it was that way.
when I went to the newly elected training,
Okay.
there was ladies there from, what is that place in Austin? Anyway, there was all ladies on their council. And she said, well, we don't get out till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, oh.
Hey, I remember when the school board here used to be Tom Garner, when he was their attorney, they were their turmoil, they stayed past midnight.
Yes.
Eighties, it was common to be 10 and 30. And it was twice a month.
Oh, man. We'll see.
Okay, and we're at agenda item number 21, which is to return to open session and take any action deemed necessary with regard to any matters.
All right, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the chapter 380 economic agreement with the amendment from 50,000 to 100,000. That's proper language.
Yeah, and we changed.
Another incidental, so we changed the dates and the incidentals.
It's presented.
As presented. Well, the main thing is we're changing it from 50 to 100,000. So, yeah. Being said.
You want me to say that in motion?
I think that's the key point, yes.
Well, and the ending date is 2035.
2035, and then the dates were changed in the description of what could be reimbursed.
Right.
It could be.
Okay.
Randy, I'll second now.
Okay.
Thank you, Justin.
Okay, we're still putting name.
Estimated 100,000.
Okay, you want to vote on that one first? Okay, so we have a motion and a second approving the 380 agreement between the city of Port Lavaca and PVSPL Hanuman LLC. And the original agreement was for 50,000 and the estimated cost now is 100,000. We made part of the agreement, the estimated cost.
Okay.
So with that, all in favor of approving the 380 agreement, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign? You're not aye. One opposed.
Okay.
How did you speak?
It's kind of like in the middle.
Like waiting.
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of like in the middle.
Tried to hurry. So you couldn't do it. Okay.
All right, and I'd like to make a motion that we do a salary adjustment of 3% for the city manager for the guidelines of the contract. Increase, not decrease.
Thank you.
Okay.
Second, Randy.
Okay. Then starting when?
Effective date of the contract, right? What is the start?
Came back, David.
We can't go back. It needs to be effective immediately.
Next pay period, I guess.
Yours is in February, right?
Yeah, but we
should've
can't
done.
go backwards, yeah.
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 Yeah, retroactive.
Effective next paper was.
Evaluation.
Yeah.
Yes, Justin seconded.
We have a motion and a second, approving a 3% merit raise for the city manager for discussion and evaluation. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. None opposed, motion passes.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Oh, God, you beat, you beat, you. All right, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Good night, Mike.
I'll go for the trash for that one.